Hey, thanks for showing up to another episode of Dad Buds and Touchdowns, where we're talking college football. It was a great weekend of games. Justin, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. Good weekend of football.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, and then it comes out with crazier news. We got our Chad's favorite head coach, James Franklin, getting a job at Virginia Tech. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's good for Virginia Tech because James Franklin wins. He just can't win the big games, and Virginia Tech hasn't had winning seasons in a while. So I think they made a good hire because they are in the ACC, which is a very conference to compete, and they can compete in that conference if James Franklin recruits how he did at Penn State. I
Yeah,
think they'll be fine with that hire.
hearing from him, or not from him, but from his players and stuff, they always like his attitude and his way to connect with his players. So I think that's going to be a big thing for him as far as being able to recruit, like you said. They're in the final part of finalizing the deal. So Virginia Tech will offer nearly $50 million buyout. So Penn State will just have to pay out like a little bit of the rest of his contract that he has. So that's a big win for them as far as Penn State. Next one, we got Lane Kiffin going to stay Old Miss, you think? Or does he go to LSU or Florida?
I don't know. I honestly think he might wait to see if the Alabama job opens, but because if Bill Burr loses one more game and they miss the playoffs, I still
Yeah.
think he's gone personally.
Yeah.
I think that's the job that Kiffin wants is the Bama job. So
Yeah.
I don't think if he gets that job, I think he stays at Ole Miss because he's recruiting the recruits and they are winning. It's not like and Ole Miss will pay him more than likely if he doesn't leave for the Alabama job. I wouldn't want to go to Florida. They have been a complete and utter shit show.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but they got the Alabama Tide. It's a cult over there. You can say that most about any college, major team, but he'll get more money and more views, I guess you could say. He has put out some cryptic stuff on his page, posted a picture of him or two hats, one that said Kiffin and then 2026 with the Old Miss color. So is he like, I don't know what he meant by that. Like, is he gonna stay or is he just trolling? Like, what are you doing? And then other one that they're saying that's top contenders, Auburn is trying to get Tulane's head coach John some role. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm sorry. That's another big job. And then Michigan. You think Sean Moore is staying there?
No, I think personally, I want personal feelings. I want him to be fucking fired. He's not a good head coach. He doesn't know they have way too good of even though is a lot of freshmen, they still have very solid players not to barely be beating Northwestern. Like
I was gonna say,
they
man, that
they
was
they
you
shouldn't have
almost
even
lost that. Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah,
should have beat USC too in my opinion. Like
yeah.
the offense couldn't do shit and it's 2 years in a row of back-to-back offense sucking you know what. So I think if they lose to Ohio State, if I was the AD, I'd fire him. I'd be like, you're gone personally.
I mean, I know you haven't been a fan of him as a head coach, and I mean, I'm indifferent. They're winning, so as long as they win, I guess they can't really just fire him because you know you don't like the way he runs the team. But maybe they do. I don't know. If somebody better comes about, who would you have in mind to replace him?
I would fucking make Lane Kiffin an offer he couldn't refuse because it's
Yeah,
fucking Michigan. They have the money
that's
that
true.
SEC schools have. I'd make him an offer he couldn't fucking refuse.
That's 100% true. I mean, I don't know. We should see what happens there with that situation. Next big thing, big upsets. Biggest one was Oklahoma beating Alabama. Any other big losses that you saw, or what are your thoughts in that game?
That uh, it shocked me, but it also didn't because Oklahoma's defense is nasty, and they didn't need much from their offense. They scored 23 points. It's not like they had a lackluster game, but there were some sloppy plays by John Mateer, but Oklahoma's defense made up for it. Their defense is sickening.
Yeah, yeah, they had a really good recruiting year this year. I know they added a lot of defense and offensive line help. So, like you said, I haven't seen Alabama be that team. I didn't think they were that team. So that was a crazy win for them. There's a good back and forth, and then Georgia dominating Texas. I wanted to have faith in Texas to keep it close, but
No,
my God, that was
I don't think Arch is him like people
terrible.
thought. Arch isn't him.
I don't know. I don't want to say that it's all him, but it also the coaching, the whole team, the defense should have played better. Personally, they could not stop Oklahoma. I'm sorry, Georgia's running game.
Yeah, Georgia. I mean, Georgia does have three very good running backs. But that didn't
Yeah.
surprise me. That score didn't surprise me at all. Like Texas is not that good, if we're being real.
No, yeah, my future bet that I had with Texas making that was garbage. I am very disappointed in myself for doing that. I fell for it, and that's on me.
You fell for the arch hype.
I did. I 100% did. I'm not gonna lie to you here. I take yeah, they got me. It is what it is. Big matchups next week. Who do you got? What is your biggest matchup that you like next week?
Big matchups next. I have quite a few. Louisville versus SMU is an intriguing one because they're both 7-3 and Louisville's top 20 team. Missouri versus Oklahoma. I think with Mizzou's quarterback out, I think Oklahoma wins, but Mizzou does have a very good running back and their defense is underrated. USC versus Oregon is my favorite matchup of this week. That's
Yeah,
going to be a very good game, I think, and
yeah,
I'm picking Oregon, but I don't think that USC is going to get blown out. Like I think USC could very much upset Oregon.
yeah. I agree with you
Uh,
100%.
Pitt versus Georgia Tech's another top 25 matchup, and BYU versus Cincinnati. Even though Cincinnati lost last week, they're still a decent program, and BYU is a good program too. So it should be an okay game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from like I was telling you earlier, there was a few games that pissed me off, but yeah, I agree with you 100% with the Oregon game. That I think that's the biggest matchup because whoever loses that game is out of playoff contention. So that's a Big
If
Ten.
Oregon loses, no. If Oregon loses, no.
The way I read it, but maybe I read it wrong. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But yeah, but either
I'm rooting for the upset this weekend.
yeah, USC would. Yeah, that would be terrible. I'm happy that South Florida's out of the top 12. They pissed me off. They lost the Navy. Bunch of buttholes. Anyways, going into the rankings, what are your top 12 this? What do you think? Who are your top 12 this?
Okay, so my first two out of this playoff bracket week would be Vandy and Georgia Tech. And then at 12, I have Bama. 11, I have Utah. 10, I have BYU. 9, Oklahoma. 8, Notre Dame. 7, Oregon. 6, Ole Miss. 5, Texas Tech. 4, Georgia. 3, Texas A&M. 2, Indiana. 1, Ohio State. Top three didn't change because they all stayed undefeated. And even though Texas
Exactly.
A&M looked like shit in the first half, they came back and grinded out that win. Like a top two team's supposed to do against a team like South Carolina. Sometimes
No,
you
a
have to
hundred
you
percent.
have to win the ugly trap game sometimes.
Yeah, that was a lot of ugliness in that game. I really thought they were gonna be able to pull it out, but they did. Yeah, so I pretty much agree with you. BYU, Alabama, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas A&M, Indiana, and Ohio State. So my last one, I can't decide, man. There's too many teams. They're probably gonna say like Marshall or not Marshall. I'm sorry. What is their name? It's either like North Texas or some weird like team that like Robert Morris or somebody that I can't think of
Yeah,
their name.
and none of the like
Oh
non-power five conference schools this year have like an exciting team like last year. Boise State,
yeah,
the that game was a lot closer. Like if you remember the Penn State versus Boise State
yeah,
game, that game was a
yeah,
lot closer until the mid of the third quarter because Boise State kept it close. Ashton Genty
yeah.
did what he could do, and they kept it close. Like it was competitive for a long time, but I don't think any school this year is going to be competitive with
I
any of the
don't think
Power
so.
Four schools.
We learned like with SMU, everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna beat." I can't remember the team they played, but I'm like, SMU doesn't have the same caliber of offensive, defensive linemen. I mean, you got to look into the trenches with those schools. And the team I was thinking about is James Madison. I've seen a few people have them as the last team making it.
They're good, but they get smoked. They'll get smoked.
I don't disagree with you. Like I've said, I'm like like I like the new bracket that they have, but I don't like that these. I mean, it gives these small schools get more views, which is good, but they won't win. I'm sorry. I mean,
No,
maybe
they won't
one
at all.
or two will win, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can't compare their size or their talent to a Big Ten or.
The North, a school that's interesting to watch out for is that North Texas team.
Oh
They've
yeah,
been,
Texas is great. Their quarterback's a stud. He just puts the team on his back and he will win it.
yeah,
The team that they did that I was talking about, South Florida, that they lost to, that was a one off. But other than that, I mean, they show up and they dominate teams. I mean, they 2-digit wins most of the time, and they got two easy games coming up, Rice and Temple. So those are going to be blowouts. So I think they'll make it in personally. but I don't know how well they'll do against actual top tier competition. But other than that, Justin, you got anything in closing?
Nope. Just ready for this week to be over already. F
Yeah,
Mondays.
you and I both, buddy. Hopefully, we can get this week out of the way and then watch some good football. We appreciate everybody listening. Please follow, subscribe, let us know any games you guys like. We'll catch you next time. Thanks.